In over 30 years of helping businesses with their intellectual property, there's a pitfall I've encountered that not enough people are talking about, and that's the Dunning Kruger Effect, and the way it can damage or kill intellectual property businesses and dreams. The concept is simple and universal, and it applies to much more than just intellectual property. So here's what it is. When we start out on a brand new adventure, like getting your first patent or a registered trademark, filing your first application, starting a business, filing your first IP enforcement lawsuit, we feel very confident and enthusiastic about the road ahead, even though we don't know what lies ahead. And really, we start out from the place of the most ignorance about what's ahead, and that's when we have the most confidence. So that's what we call the peak of Mount Ignorance. I did not make this up. You can look it up. Then as the case proceeds, we start learning and gaining awareness of the complexities of the case and of the process, and our confidence drops dramatically. And so at the bottom there, it is what we call the valley of despair. So this is the point where so many entrepreneurs, inventors, and business leaders give up. Often with bitter regrets and maybe even feelings of shame or anger at how things proceeded. So for those who quit at that point, it's all over. And this is why I wanted to do this video, because I see this happen. Those are the people that are walking around telling people not to waste time with a patent or trademark, not to start a business, not to pursue their dreams, not to trust lawyers, not to file lawsuits, and it depends on the story that they're telling themselves about why it didn't turn out as expected. But they'll never know what would have happened if they quit. So for those who have the courage and the faith to keep going through the valley of despair, they continue growing awareness and knowledge as their case moves toward resolution, and they see that, yeah, there is an actual process that is moving forward, even if it didn't seem like it at the bottom of the valley of despair. So as they start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, they start to see possibilities and options and actually really internalize what their advisors and the information they've been getting, what their advisors have been telling them, which brings them even more confidence as they gain more competence in the subject. So this is what they call the slope of enlightenment. And eventually they reach the plateau of sustainability, where they have confidence and enough competence or awareness to recognize where they have limitations in their understandings and where to seek guidance and listen to experts. So I wanted to do this video because understanding this emotional journey is very useful. It's important in that, number one, you'll know starting out that it's not going to be as easy as you think. And number two, you won't be surprised when your confidence starts to wane and you start to descend into the valley of despair. You'll know it's coming. So when it happens, it won't be a surprise. And number three, most importantly, you'll know it's not permanent. You just need to keep going, gain more awareness and competence, and you will move up the slope of enlightenment toward that sustainable confidence with awareness. And by the way, this, like I said, you can look up the Dunning Kruger Effect. This is the experience of starting out on any new adventure. It's not just intellectual property. So really just remembering that nobody can guarantee that a patent's going to be granted or a business is going to be a success or that you're going to win your case. But I can guarantee that you will lose 100% of the opportunities that you don't take. And if you quit before your patent is granted or your trademark is granted, I can guarantee you will not have a patent. So I hope this is helpful. The emotional journey and the mindset of the entrepreneur can really make or break things, especially at the beginning. So I hope that was helpful. If you want to talk more about it or you have questions, please feel free to leave a comment or contact us at IP Works Law. Catherine Cavella, take care.